Some brightness further south. Again, high teens, low 20s. Sunday, not looking so clever. We've got this low pressure coming in from the southwest, bringing some rain. The tightening isobars indicate a fairly blustery spell of weather too, particularly across southwestern parts of England and Wales. Here, things going downhill fairly quickly. Elsewhere, some brightness around, but the cloud will thicken and we'll see some showery rain breaking out later on in the day. A lot of uncertainty, of course, about Monday's weather. It's some way off, but it looks still pretty unsettled, quite showery, quite breezy at times, and temperatures certainly lower than they have been for some time. Enjoy your evening.
Mayhem on the markets, gloom in America and fears of contagion in the Eurozone send stocks tumbling.
We are interrupting your regular program because the closing bell is just ringing now.
The Dow Jones in America sees the biggest one-day fall in almost 3 years. Here, £50 billion wiped off the FTSE. It was the same story around the world as investors headed for safe havens. It followed a stark warning from the EU. The financial crisis in Spain and Italy is a deep concern. We'll be asking what today's developments mean for us over here. Also tonight, dozens of civilians killed as Syrian government tanks turned the city of Hammond into a war zone. Famine in Somalia. We have pictures of the unfolding disaster in the country's Islamist-controlled areas. And the smartphone revolution, how more and more of us are becoming addicted to our mobile devices.
And later on in sport, it's a good night for British clubs in Europe. Stoke, Fulham and Hearts are all through to the final qualifying round of the Europa League.
Good evening. The FTSE took a battering today, losing £50 billion in value as traders across the world reacted to new fears of contagion in the Eurozone and persistent fears over the US economy. In a stark warning, the EU Commission President expressed deep concern over the risk of the debt crisis spreading to Italy and Spain, the Eurozone's third and fourth biggest economies. The rout on European markets has continued in the US. The Dow Jones has just closed more than 4% down, the biggest one-day drop in almost 3 years. Here's our economics editor, Stephanie Flanders.